2K out here sending out emails to the 2K community asking for help designing NBA 2K26. But who the hell asked for NBA 2K24 or NBA 2K25? What I'm trying to say here is that 2K changed, completely rerouted gameplay, taking gameplay a whole new direction. A huge portion of the community in disagreement with the direction of gameplay, but we're being forced to sit back and just see which way it goes. A player like me don't necessarily like the direction they're taking gameplay, but what can I do? They surely ain't listening to players like me. NBA 2K26 is supposed to be the year that they finalize pro play, and this is the year that you send out emails to the 2K community asking for help to design gameplay for 2K26? Oh, hell nah. We got quite a few things to go over in today's video. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get to the video. Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. As I mentioned in the intro, NBA 2K is actually sending out emails to the 2K community asking for your feedback on how to design future 2Ks. The crazy thing about it is that I thought they had this all figured out, considering they just upended the gameplay that all of us have become accustomed to. Shooting is hella different than what we were used to. Dribbling is night and day from what it once was. And the gameplay itself is slower than it's ever been. Not to mention, physics are the worst I've ever seen. I want to start by referencing this post from the good homie AllCity Big Heck. He says, I got this in my email. 2K out there looking for feedback. The attachment is titled, Let's Design NBA 2K Together. They go on to say NBA 2K is more than a game, it's your legacy. What drives you to dominate the court? Drop your thoughts and help take the game to the next level. You know, the last time that I remember 2K sending out emails like this asking the community for feedback, I think it was in 2K18. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but it was when Fortnite was released. Fortnite, taking the gaming industry by storm, took with it a bunch of 2K players. 2K was out there scrambling, wonder if they're gonna lose their entire player base to a game that's outside of the genre. Sometimes I feel like 2K has like an identity crisis. I'm sure some of you have seen Fortnite's influence on 2K in regards to like mascots that you get or costumes. Trying to keep up with the times, 2K often takes bits and pieces from different games and tries to incorporate it into 2K. And it's a bit disappointing from my perspective because 2K is like on top of the world. 2K should be the one setting the trends that other games pull from. That's what I had once known 2K to be. They would listen to the community and go out there and execute flawlessly. They were innovators, and not only that, they led the way. I remember once 2K dropped, I never went back to NBA Live. They were the underdog at that time. Even though they took a lot of influence from NBA Live, you could see they were going their own direction. How did we go from that to what we got now? You see, the gameplay that we have right now limits diversity in builds, which in turn limits diversity in playstyles. And that helps me segue into a post from the good homie Badge Plug. Now, this is a pretty long-winded post, but he makes some really good points here. He starts off by saying people think the community makes the meta, and it couldn't be further from the truth. He goes on to say the community finds the meta out of what 2K has made. Do you guys get that? How many of you guys resonate with the first part of that post? I was talking about this in a recent live stream. There are some key elements about gameplay that the community seeks out every year that NBA 2K is released. In regards to defining the meta, let's say for like a point guard, priority number one is finding out how to speed boost, and then sorting through all the animations to find out the fastest speed boost. Immediately after finding out the speed boost, one of the next things the community seeks out is how to quick stop. The main reasoning behind that is because you're trying to find the fastest way to get up your shot. But through the years, it's been like this constant challenge. 2K sees that the community likes the speed boost, which means they like speed, and they like to quick stop, which means they like to shoot when they want to shoot without 2K getting involved. For some reason, 2K is against this mentality in gameplay. In turn, 2K has slowed down the game and pretty much handicapped ball handlers. To some of y'all, you may be like, well, handicap is a bit extreme. If we compare gameplay, what we have now versus what we had in the past, you might believe it to be a handicap as well. In my opinion, I don't think 2K even needed to touch the offense. The offense was damn near perfect. They needed to increase the defense. In NBA 2K25, I feel like the defense can keep up with ball handlers, but that's mainly because they slowed down offense, not because they improved defense. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about that, so share them in the comment section below. Badgeplug goes on to say this year is by far one of the worst metas for 2s and 3s. 2K, not the community, made offensive 3 seconds like 7 to 8 seconds, which means way more O boards for the offense, as they could just sit in the paint, as annoying as that is. And 2K designing gameplay like this pretty much undermines interior defense. How many of you guys have experienced this where if you're a center out there, you got one dude sitting in the paint, you go into a box out animation, you're in good position, but another dude just comes from the opposite side of you and grabs the board. The canned animation of boxing out oftentimes doesn't even let you jump to get the board. And if it does let you jump, oftentimes it'll give you like the weakest 2-inch vertical type of jump. You basically not getting that board. Anyway, Badgeplug goes on to say, and 7-foot centers literally just sit paint the whole entire play. He says, now think about how if 3 seconds was actually called in 3 seconds, how much of that meta would be affected. Anyway, he continues on by saying, please, I'm begging you, go to play a stage 3s game that matters, like on the 2500 to 5000 court, if you haven't experienced any of this stuff. And Badge continues on to further describe the 2s meta. Like, offense is so handicapped that the meta in 2s now leaves the center as the ball handler using the LT or L2 cheese, while the point guard just kind of zigzags around the center until he gets his defender latched on, using his slippery off ball, getting to an open spot for an open shot. Badge says the 2s meta is LT cheese because 2K has people running around like no allows, no swim past the center when stuck, no 5 seconds facing the basket or whatever the F is called, centers being almost unstrippable when they're holding LT or L2, even when they aren't even looking at the guy coming for the pluck. No algorithm for penalizing someone who just ran full speed for 15 seconds to finally get an open shot and more. By far, I see the LT cheese as the most non-basketball cheese we've ever experienced damn near in any 2K. A lot of players just don't have that pride. A lot of players just don't seem to have that same dog mentality that was once a part of the 2K culture. Instead, they resort to this LT cheese. Badge continues on by saying, think about this. There is 100% an algorithm for making you miss much more often after you dribbled for a certain amount of time. It's been in 2K forever, and I actually think it's a good thing. But 2K doesn't apply that to a guy who's running full speed around his LT center for 15 seconds. And what he's trying to describe here is that ball handlers, when they have the rock in their hand and they're over dribbling, there will be a penalty on their shot. But if they don't have the ball in their hand and they're running off ball because the center has the ball holding L2 or LT, when they catch that rock, they don't suffer the same penalty. And this type of gameplay design helps the 2K community come up with a meta, finding the easiest ways to score with very little penalty. Try to tell ya, Badge, he was making some really good points here. Anyway, Badge continues on by saying the RNG forces the meta, whether LT or in wagers where they can't LT, to never shoot 3s unless you have to, because you can perfectly time a shot and miss a 3-pointer. But it isn't that way for the mid-range game. Pretty much saying that the RNG really targets the 3-point range, but in the mid-range, you could consistently hit your shots without as much penalty or without as much RNG. Badge caps off his post by saying, please, dear God, 2K, let people who really play this game and understand it give feedback on how to change for next year. I find it ironic that 2K sends out emails to the 2K community asking for feedback and help designing future 2Ks. And here you have Badgeplug, one of the leading figures in the 2K community, asking God in the heavens above for 2K to simply listen in. Some gotta give, because if 2K was certain about the direction they're taking gameplay, they surely wouldn't be asking for help designing gameplay. As always, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this stuff, so share them in the comment section below. If you're new here, consider dropping a like and a sub on your way out, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.